Welcome, everybody. I wanted to sing a song for y'all today. I'm here with my friends. I got Johnny and Connor. We're gonna do the podcast today. Thanks for being here. How you guys doing?
Sup, dog?
Good?
I'm good, yeah.
Good to hear from you. Good. Johnny is a good friend of mine. Johnny Dreads. Met him back in some days, back in another city up north, going to school together. Do you remember the first day we met each other?
Man, that had to have been 2019, like that? Before that?
Dog, like 2016.
Fuck. We're old, man.
2016.
Dude, I don't remember.
For sure, at least.
The height of the pandemic.
Way before the pandemic.
We're at our boy Altron's house.
Yeah.
I can feel good saying his name because he's been on the pod with us once or twice. We were there. We weren't in his room. We were in another homie's room upstairs where everyone sat there and just smoked weed all day. I hate to say. Let's be honest. And you walked in one day and you introduced yourself to me and you said, "My name's Johnny." And I said, "Johnny who?" Because I know a lot of Johnnies. You need a way to decipher him. And you said, "Johnny Dreads." And I said, "Your last name's Dreads?" And you said, "That's all you need to know." And you said it to me with a bit of stank, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know you, you don't know me. And you were like, "That's all you need." And you walked off, and I was like, and I was brand new to Logan, and I was like trying to fit in with this new crowd.
Yep.
And I was like, oh, this guy's kind of fucking cool.
Yeah, no, we definitely, you when you're in a college town, you don't want to, like, give yourself away.
Right.
It's a small town, so I wanted to have a little bit of anonymity, but also, get to know the people who were worth knowing.
Right.
And
there was a lot of people. A lot of people rolling through there. I can imagine why. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I have another question for you. Have you been shot with a Nerf gun recently?
Once or twice. Yeah, recently. Nerf!
Oh, I was supposed to film that. I literally posted on our podcast Instagram earlier today.
Next time I'm bringing a paintball gun and I'm going to hit you with it. So
That's fine.
Have fun with your Nerf gun bullshit, buddy.
That's fine. Okay. One other dumb question that we ask everyone. It's a very serious conversation we have with anybody who dares enter the room here.
Oof.
How many third graders could you take in a fight?
So I used to teach third grade. Crazy enough, I really did teach third grade.
Okay.
My
This
mom
is gonna be good then.
My mom's a teacher, and I did like third grade summer school with her, and yeah, I think I could probably take I'm gonna go ahead and say 6 or 7, but not 10.
That low?
Like 6 or 7? Yeah. They're wily. They're wily mofos. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say 6 or 7. Some
I'm not
of
even
them are
talking.
big.
I'm not even talking the best
There's
one.
some little big Mexicans out there. She teaches on the west side, so
Dog,
it gets rough, dude.
I'm not talking about like the best of the third graders. In this situation, okay, you're like lined up in a field.
I'm talking like 5-foot third graders.
No,
like big
dude,
boys.
that's not the situation. That's not the situation. This is a random assortment of third graders. So there's gonna be like a really skinny small girl who's afraid. You know what I mean? Like that's easy.
I don't want to punch a little girl in the face.
You've already decided to, though. You have to. I'm punching 30. I'm
30?
easily knocking out an entire class.
You underestimate your ability to knock out so many little people. and then have the stamina to keep going after that.
Bro,
I really think that like 10 is kind of the maximum, because eventually they're gonna get back up and keep punching you. So.
And dude, you also underestimate that if I punched a third grader as hard as I could, like that's an impact that they've never experienced before, and they would be so done.
If they're ready to punch like a 30-year-old,
or
they're gonna get back up pretty quickly.
You get Sparta kicked in the chest, or you try and jump on my back, and
these kids are all of like 3 foot nothing.
Yeah.
As a third grader, you're what, 12 years old?
Third grade, we decided was 8 years old, right?
8 years old? I don't know.
Yes.
You're small,
Fifth,
man.
Yeah.
Your question is off.
Why is it off? It's not even
my mom teaches third graders. And,
it wasn't my question, actually.
These kids are small. They're weak. Like, 10 of them might overpower you, but...
how are they going to overpower you?
Dude, don't underestimate the power of people.
They're midgets. You run backward, so only...
You're going to throw out the word midget?
That's bad. All right, I take that back. But no, all you do is you backpedal when they're running at you, so the fastest one is like only one of them gets to you at a time, you know what I mean? And you just kind of kick that one in the chest, dude, knock him out, and you can go for a while.
You're talking hypotheticals, and
this is 1,000% hypothetical.
Hypothetically speaking, I'm going to go ahead and say that like 10 of them that are really determined to take me down could take me down. So, but do I think that like maybe I could take down like 30 of them? Sure, probably, maybe. But like 10 of them that are really determined to like fuck me up, sure.
What was your number, Connor?
Should I not swear?
Oh, you no, dude.
I can't remember what I said. I think I was close to like 30 or 40.
20s, maybe.
Something like that.
Realistically, like 10 motivated people could like really get you.
These aren't people.
They're like 12-year-olds.
No, they're 8-year-olds.
Okay, but I also think
8 and 12 is a huge difference.
When I was like 10, 8-year-old, like
8.
I also thought of myself a little bit more highly. So I thought like maybe I was a little bit more mature, a little bit stronger.
What about the horse girl in your class? There's gonna be a couple of those. You know what I mean? You could run them down and punch them in the back of the head pretty easy.
No, at 8 years old, I don't think that I could have taken down my teacher or like somebody my age. But like at 12, with like 10 other dudes my age, maybe.
Connor's heard this argument so many times.
I would say maybe table this one for another session.
Can we talk about your pants, bro?
Yeah, let's talk about my pants.
Are they camo? They're not camo.
No, they're like...
I see some... Is there some, like, Christian statue?
It's not mid-century modern,
no,
is
it's
it?
like Greek busts and
that's
shit. That's
Greek... Yeah, that's what... Like, that's a Christian statue lady.
Yeah, it's like...
Virgin Mary, maybe?
Might actually be, yeah.
I think that's the Virgin Mary.
No, I guess that is the Virgin Mary. I always thought it was like a...
Dude,
like there's also a statue.
It's a Virgin Mary sculpture, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
But it's like on this cool little pattern. I don't know, dude. At first, I kind of thought they were whack. I'm not gonna lie, and I wanted to roast you, but I'm looking at them closer now, and I actually kind of think they're pretty dope.
So where I work right now is a high-end antique shop, and
not one of those bitch-ass low-end ones.
Exactly.
Well, I don't want to like talk shit and say that there are low-end antique shops, but there are like mid-grade antique shops. There's a ton of them.
Yeah.
There's highs, there's mids.
The one that I work at particularly is a high-end antique shop, I look at like the design of your pants right now, and I think there's definitely question as to whether like the design that was put into this is low or high or middle grade. And I think that I definitely I've seen so much.
I'm getting my appraisal right now.
Dude, this is great.
They're my jeans are getting appraised.
Dude, I'm loving this. Keep going. Sorry, Jonny.
There definitely is like low-end antiques where like it's valuable, but it's really not very valuable.
Yeah.
You know, it's like it's cool, but it doesn't really mean shit.
What is this one?
Right.
Whereas this is definitely mid grade, for sure.
Mid grade.
I'll
Hey,
do
you
this.
know what though? Mid grade's kind of dope.
Hey man, don't take that for nothing.
Hey, you know what though? Because if we did a real fit check through this whole room, okay, so you're getting mid. Okay,
Yeah.
Connor's pants are mid grade.
For sure, bro. I've seen
I've
seen nicer things that were worth less.
I mean,
How about that?
That's good. That's good. But
I don't think I even qualify.
the trade post sweatpants.
I don't think I even qualify for mids. I think my fit's pretty weak. I got some gray joggers and a maroon hoodie. Pretty simple.
So it's a weird thing for me to say, but nothing I touch is under like maybe $5,000.
Whoa.
Okay, so like I've never touched anything at my shop that's worth less than $5,000. And
Have you ever touched your dick?
fuck off.
In the shop?
Oh, shit. Can I do it? Keep going. Don't mind me.
But no, I've never touched anything less than like $5,000, and that includes like chairs. Okay,
Yeah.
but I also I've seen a lot of things that are like cool or old and like antiques, quote unquote, but also worth nothing.
Right.
So the fact that it's cool, the fact that it's old or antique, doesn't necessarily mean that it's worth something. It just means that it's rare.
Yeah.
Or, whatever.
Yeah.
So I definitely think that what you're wearing in particular is unique.
Right.
But thank you for your input, Jonny. But no, I definitely think that there's a point where just because you have something that's old doesn't mean that it's valuable.
Right. Like, what are those? The old black and white TVs. Like, the hell am I going to do with that today?
Right. Actually, Tilly can speak to this. When we were in college, I used to have a fold-out TV. It was a projection TV. Do you remember that? It was a projector. So like you folded it out, and then it would project the lights and the images from the lights to a mirror to the screen. And while it was valuable back in the 60s, matter of fact, top of the line, doesn't mean it's worth shit today.
Right.
But also very rare at this point today, but also not worth shit today.
People confuse old and valuable.
Yeah, exactly.
So what you're pretty much is, I don't mean to reduce.
No,
what
that's
you're saying.
exactly what it is.
It's
My
like just
my
'cause-
focus is fucking valuable today because it's fucking old, but it's also rare, but it's not exactly like a...
Is it Mary Magdalene?
Yeah.
Sorry, dude.
No, I think you got it right with the Virgin Mary.
I'm looking at Virgin Mary statues and I'm not seeing that.
But like, what was even like in today's texting and shit? Like, what were those like MP3 players that were out competing with the iPod?
The fucking Zune.
Right, the Zune. The
The
Zune is
That was like
Zune.
2003.
Bro,
Right.
bro,
Yeah.
bro.
That'd be rare
I
as hell
was-
to find.
I was a Zune bro.
I'm pretty sure I have a Zoom in my basement somewhere in a box.
And my other buddy Philip, he was like, not only did he have one, he was an advocator. He would like pitch it to people at school about how it was way better because at the time you just paid their like whatever it was.
Right, it had a
yearly,
subscription
like
service.
$40, but you could get any song. You know what I mean? So it was like the
in the
OG
time of
Spotify.
LimeWire.
It's kind of the OG Spotify on its
Yeah,
own
kinda.
little player. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Fuck, let's bring back the Zoom, dude.
kind of. Yeah.
I derailed you there. I'm really
No,
sorry.
no. Actually, that would be kind of cool. Like, if Spotify needs to get their own Zune system, I guess they have their own apps. So never mind.
What was the benefit of the Zoom as opposed to the iPod originally?
You had to pay per song through iTunes. You know what I mean? So it was $1 per song, and on a Zune you paid like I think it was $40 a year. And you got access to, it was essentially like Spotify. Like, they had every song on there. and you couldn't get it live like streamed, but you could plug it into your computer and download them onto your Zune, like how you get it and like music onto an iPod. But instead of paying per song, you pay for a monthly subscription, and then you can put any music on. But as soon as you canceled your subscription, like your Zune wouldn't work anymore. They had this technology.
So basically, you get it for a year, and then like mass download all the songs.
Yes.
And then like burn them onto CDs or some shit.
Yes,
if you could.
dude. That's exactly what people were doing.
Remember, that's what people were doing with LimeWire.
So when I was a kid, I'm thinking like maybe 13 years old.
That's an iPod.
I'm showing you a photo right now of the iPod, like first gen.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we had, and you could put maybe like 300 songs on there.
Yeah, approximately. I had one that had like 65
and you couldn't
songs.
unlimited them on the Zune too. There was a.
Oh no, I didn't have that one. I had the one.
This was like 2003,
Yeah.
where like you had the actual touch wheel, where like you could.
Yeah, the scrolly up
Yeah, I
and
had
down.
the one where you could like roll your thumb. to-
Little brick.
Yeah.
Little brick. With,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
Yeah, we're saying it's the one you like do the little thumb swirlies.
I remember my friend got the iPod Nano or the Micro. I can't remember what verbiage they used for it, but it was like, that big kind of deal.
The Nano
Yes.
was like
Yeah.
kind of the second generation.
And it was
Yeah.
the first small one that wasn't like a giant brick. It was kind of
Right.
like, and that one. Do you know what else was at that exact same time of technology and kind of the same thing? The Motorola Razr.
Yeah.
Do you remember the Razr flip phone? Like
Okay.
the coolest kids who had.
Okay, but before
So-
we get too far into that, I want to point out the big thing with the Nano was I remember that was the first time I'd seen someone get like a clip that you could like clip it to your like belt or something like
Yeah,
that.
or your arm
Yep.
on
Yeah,
your brand.
and like never saw it again. On all like following models.
Huh.
Any way to like clip it to your belt
Do you remember
like
the
that.
really small square one?
Yeah.
It was like that big.
Yeah.
And it just like clipped onto your arm.
So you were talking about the Razr. The Razr was like that was an anomaly.
Yes.
Where when we were in high school, right? This was probably like 2007, I guess.
Me and you, not Connor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably not Connor, but
Not me.
us. 2007, the Razr was like the big deal.
Yeah.
And like everybody had the
Only
Razr.
the rich. Oh, but do you remember before everyone had it, and it was like just the rich kids that had it, while everyone else had like the cast brick Motorola phones that you would go to the kiosk in the mall and get those little like replacement
The accessories.
the accessory
You had
things,
the
and you would
accessories,
change your,
yeah.
You would change the outside of the
You
phone.
could get like a glow battery, like a battery
Yeah.
that was like LED.
and you would
or
like
could have-
screw the face and the back off and change it to like a
The
Snoopy
Razr
man
accessories
cat.
were insane, for
Oh.
sure. But having a Razr in 2007-ish, 2006-ish was top notch. And if we had one of those, then you were, a little bit.
Parents had
little bit-
you were doing alright.
You were pretty cool.
Yeah.
You're
You were
alright.
good. You were doing good.
For sure.
Well, my dad had a Razr until 2014. A Razr flip.
What?
Yeah.
When was the motor? Let's keep talking.
So he finally died after the third time he jumped into a swimming pool with it in his pocket, and it was like the first time he had to get a new phone again since like 2003 or something like that, and or whatever it was, it came out. I guess like 2007-ish, but when we went to go get it like changed over to another phone, they're just like, well, we can't do this. Like AT&T was like, we can't do this unless he's present. It's like, look, he's literally on a mountainside wearing like leather skin clothes. This is his hobby. He doesn't want technology. It's like, what do you have that is as low? Like, we were basically there to get him a track phone, like one of those minute phones kind of deal.
Yep.
Because
you
it's
give
like,
to little kids.
yeah, because it's like he used nothing, and my mom's over here on a touchscreen at the time, and my dad's still rocking the Razr Flip. And so in 2014, he came. We took him into the store to get a new phone, and they basically just said, "Welcome to the 21st century," and handed him a BlackBerry.
2014, handed them a BlackBerry.
They gave him because
BlackBerry.
that was the cheapest most
Okay, because
basic
it was on the
shit.
way out. They were
Yeah,
on the way out.
that they had.
Like,
And
here's
so
a free phone.
yeah, this man literally went from the Motorola Razr to the BlackBerry.
I think that's a downgrade. Like
It honestly
the
is.
Razr was pretty good. The BlackBerry was like
thing
you got
was-
the full keyboard.
Yeah,
like, kinda
no, it was the
deal.
one that like swiped up and you had the keyboard, but
Bro.
it's because they didn't
Kinda
make
worse.
the Razr anymore. The Razr was actually in, I think, 2013 integrated into the Smithsonian.
Bro,
No shit.
Yeah.
Bro.
So
can I tell you a fact I just learned? Do you know how much that phone cost back in 2004 when it came out?
The Razr or the BlackBerry?
The Razr. Now remember,
$100
phones
bucks?
back in the day
$100
weren't that expensive. Like they weren't priced, right?
$100 in like 2009.
No, I'm talking. I can only see the number for 2004, so I don't know 2009 when it came out.
Okay, 2004. What was the
Brand
number?
new,
Brand new Razr 2004.
$500.
damn.
Fuck off. I got that shit for free. No way. I got that for free from my brother
Brand
and
new
sister.
release date. Now they probably became cheaper later and stuff, but when they released, $500. Bro.
Okay,
these aren't
so
even smartphones.
put
They
that-
were just that thin.
Correlate that to how much we pay for phones now.
That's what I'm saying. That's
It's
more than I paid for mine.
$1,000 for like an iPhone XE, X13.
Are you guys familiar that they're bringing back the Motorola Razr as a smartphone?
I'm looking
variant?
at it
It's a
now.
flip
and
phone.
It's
Yes,
still the
I'm
flip
So like the
phone.
looking at
flip
it.
screen though, but the flip screen has problems.
Yeah,
Now, do you know how much that one is?
it's like $1,600.
$1,300. I'm gonna
From
say $1,300.
Motorola, it's $1,400. Right?
Okay.
That's it's
13
like
to 16,
there's some
yeah.
places
Yeah.
that have it on
Yeah.
sale, but they're like second gen older models that are like
So
1,000.
fuck that. Don't buy that shit.
Bro, but I remember that was a status symbol. There was a kid K, so I won't lie.
Okay,
I went to
so
a private school at the
the
time
flip.
that this was. I went to the private school at the time that this was popular. You know what I mean? So there was a lot of kids like flexing their Razr phone, and I literally remember the very, very first kid who ever like showed up to 7th grade with a Razr phone was this kid who fucking lives on a golf course that's next to here in a just like billionaire house, you know what I mean? He's like the richest
Yeah.
kid ever, and I remember him showing up with that Razr phone and everyone being like, this is the new status.
Well, it was like nice to use too because you could just literally like flip it open on people.
I miss flipping the phone shut on people.
That too.
Flip
That
it.
was
That's
satisfactory.
the equivalent of like hanging up.
That was
You
like
know?
slamming
Way
the
better.
phone down.
Slamming the
Yeah.
phone down.
And you would
Yeah.
get used to your phone, how you could like do it like just perfect and then like
Yeah.
into your pocket.
It was like it was the switchblade of phones, basically.
Oh yes, dude.
Yeah, no. Slamming the phone. Also having like a 13-foot cord, so
Yeah.
you could take the landline into your room.
Yeah.
Like that would be
I guess.
ugh,
Okay,
clutch.
the Razr was like the butterfly knife of phones because like all those ones that had like the slide up were more of a switchblade. Esque.
Definitely. I remember my first Motorola Razr was from my brother. He was in high school. He's 4 years older than me, so just a little bit ahead of the time. But yeah, he had all the Razrs. He had all the the accessories for the Razr. He had the glow in the dark batteries and lights and everything. And the Razr was definitely one of the original. Just like
Yeah.
it was the drip. It was.
Well, that was the other thing too. Was like that shit lasted forever.
Oh, they definitely did.
I mean, you
the
think
battery
about it-
power on those was
Yeah,
immaculate.
and it's like my dad had it for almost 12 years, and I'm over here. You gotta now swap a smartphone about every 3 years before.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, at about 2 years, you start running into like battery issues and your screen's fucked up and all kinds of shit like that.
If you haven't just dropped it and completely like decimated your screen.
That
by
was the
point.
funniest thing about my generation is, you know, everyone had the
Yeah.
iPhone and they dropped that shit and everyone had a broken iPhone.
Yeah, I mean, and that's like
The
breaking
screens
your
that got that
phone.
spider web,
Yeah.
and you're trying to call someone, and you feel that glass kind of like cutting on your cheek real
Yeah.
quick.
That's the thing, though, is that, like, breaking your phone is like, it's not just breaking your phone, it's like losing your connection to society.
Right.
Like, when I was a kid, we could push somebody in the pool And it was all fun and games, you know. I pushed Zach in the pool.
It's like, damn, I gotta get a new phone.
Yeah, now you gotta get a fucking $800 phone.
Yeah,
like that sucks ass.
Well, not only that, but it's like you get the $800 phone, and now you have to re-establish all your connections through different like social media and shit.
Right.
Do you know what? I'm curious, Connor. Was there ever people? Because me and Johnny might have experienced this, but I know I was on the tail end of when you couldn't just push people into pools anymore. Because there was a time at which you could just, like, if somebody was walking by a pool, you could just, even if they're clothed, no warning,
do you
just
remember
push them in the pool. But then as soon as cell phones became that predominant of a thing, it became a thing like you would accidentally, there'd be the kid not wanting to get in the pool or something, you would push them in the pool, and then all of a sudden you broke their phone. So it became a thing that, like, you couldn't sneak up on your homie and, like, gang them on the pool.
So that was 2013 for me. My homie just moved into the avenues, like right above Shriners Hospital, like Shriners Children's Hospital, just way up in the avenues there. And it was like the rich neighborhood. So we had like a pool, we had a good area to like hang out with like all the homies. And we called our buddy Zach over one night. And sure enough, I was the guy who pushed him into the pool. And this was like 2012 when we were like 12 years old, maybe 2013, I guess. And sure enough, I pushed him in the pool, and like he got his phone wet, and he was like, "Oh, you ruined my phone." I was like, "Well, that's okay for now, I guess, because it was $100 phone. But now, if you push someone in the pool, it's $1,000 phone. You can't do that.
You can't do that.
You can't do that. There's no more pushing people in the pool.
And there was a day.
Game over.
That's when it happened. Was right at that cusp of when people started having really nice phones, and it became a big deal.
I think for a lot of us, it was about like late middle school, early high school, because that's when like your parent was just like, okay, yeah, it's worth spending that much to get you a smartphone.
Try. And I just remember, dude, I was on a trip with like a lacrosse team, and somebody like pushed a kid in the pool, and they were bawling afterwards because they were like, my parents just bought me this phone brand new, and they're gonna be like so mad at me. I remember I wasn't the one who pushed him in there, but it was kind of like a 4-person effort. We were all like chasing him around the pool. You know what I mean?
I think that was the other thing too for us. It's like, okay, if you're by the pool with your phone on you, that's fair game.
There was a day though. There must have been a day when that just became out of bounds though.
In this day and age, it's like, yo, don't be next to the pool with a phone.
Yeah.
I might ask my homie like, you got your phone on you, and they might be like, no. And if I catch a homie saying no, you know what I mean. All right, but I'm gonna definitely.
Yeah.
Just try and ask. I don't know. We've gotten all over the place with this one.
This conversation brings up how the times have changed, right?
Yeah.
It's all about the times have changed. So when you talk with older people always are like, oh, the times are different. I remember when a Snickers bar cost a nickel. Okay? So when an older person says, yo, things have changed, you kind of take it with a grain of salt. You don't really, you don't take it very seriously. But this moment in history right now is where that's happening. Where like that Snickers bar is no longer worth 5 cents. Like the Snickers bar today, like it's worth $1. It's going to be worth $1.50 tomorrow.
How much is the Snickers bars really worth though?
$1.25, probably.
I'd say they're worth 80 cents.
Okay.
I'm not talking about on the market how much they're selling them, but like,
what are you willing to pay for one?
Yeah, I'm looking like 80 cents on a Snicker bar.
The point being, like, the grandparents are always like, oh, it was always, cheaper back in the day. And now we're coming to this point where nothing is cheaper. Everything is getting more expensive. Nobody ever gives you a PSA. Like, the government doesn't just say, yo, PSA, everything's going to be, 25 cents more expensive today. But it just happens. And it's happening right now. So, like, gas is more expensive. products are more expensive.
$20 don't hit the tank like it
Exactly. Like it was $1 a gallon fucking 30 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's fucking $3 a gallon. Somebody needs to like make a marker and say, "Yo, today things are changing." There's no like definitive marker for when things are changing, and it's happening now, and no one's saying it. So fucking, I'm saying it right now. I'm saying it right now.
Argue that things have always been changing.
Things have been changing forever. They
So
always
you can't
have.
put a definitive marker on it because that's like every day you could put a marker in.
No, not every day. You can't. Okay, you can say every day. Like it can go up and down 5 or 3 cents.
It's not the one I meant to hit. I'm sorry, guys.
That's definitely not,
That was good, dude.
definitely not.
I don't even know what
no.
you were trying to go with.
I don't either, but it didn't think it was gonna be that.
Prices go up every day, and they go up and down. Sometimes they fluctuate. Sometimes it's a penny cheaper today than it was yesterday.
Dude, I mean, like the stock market, that shit fluctuates
Exactly.
massively.
But there are also times when like it gets drastically more expensive. So it might have been 5 cents for a Snickers yesterday and 10 cents for a Snickers today. But
Wow.
nobody puts out a PSA. The government doesn't put out a PSA that says, "Hey, shit's getting more expensive today." It just happens. Well, it's happening right fucking now. And like you'll see that with like our market that's going on right now.
Happening since the history of money.
But-
This isn't a
but-
new thing.
but people-
like you already said, it's been done that the burger used to be 5 cents at McDonald's, and now. It's
But
at least
people only
$2.
complain about it in increments. So it's being complained about right now. Right? Think about it. Salt Lake City, okay? The housing market. What? Your house costs $500,000 for a 2-bedroom apartment? Okay? So $500K for a 2-bedroom apartment? You know what my mom spent for her fucking 5-bedroom house on the
I've been
east
there.
side
Yo,
in
I've been there.
1990?
I've been there. It's a tight-
350. It was like it drastically decreases in value or increases in value.
Dude, my parents have 3-story house on a corner lot in Sandy.
I've been to your parents' house.
Okay. you know,
3-story house in Sandy in a really good neighborhood.
I should
Okay.
probably. Hey,
They probably paid like
What's the
$375.
address?
I was
they
about to
paid-
say, let's not say any more about them.
They paid $375 for it. Okay,
No.
it's now worth like
You're wrong.
1.2,
You're so wrong.
$1.1 million. It doubled or tripled in
You gonna let me
appreciation
talk?
value. So
I just tried to tell you were wrong like 6 times.
sorry.
No, they did not spend $375,000 in it in 1990. They spent $119,000 on that house.
A fraction of what I was saying.
$100,000 on this.
That's ridiculous.
This place nice. You know what I mean? Like they got a dope spot, and it's now. I don't think they had it appraised a while ago. I don't want to get into the nitty gritty. Not past $1 million, but definitely way more than
Probably not 100, but like upwards of 800 now.
I think 7-ish was kind of what they were looking, but like that's still insanely huge. Like, I can't even imagine being able to. They told me one time. I feel like I'm out. They told me their mortgage for years was $1,000.
I wish that I had a $1,000 mortgage.
Do you know what I pay for this place we're sitting in? This fucking room, $1,500.
The rent on this room tonight is like $100.
Yeah.
Tonight for one night.
These millennials are complaining about the inflation, and the only thing to do is my new plan, which is suicide for all. With this new plan, all millennials can kill themselves and escape the oppression government
Yes.
that we have put ourselves into.
Tell them, Bernie. Yo, you guys, can I usually never want to like out anything that I'm trying to write for the stage on the pod.
Mm-hmm.
I think I kind of want to bounce an idea
Okay.
off you guys here, and you just gave me the right moment for it. Okay.
Okay.
I want to start writing emo, trap, music.
Okay.
So I'm gonna be rapping lyrics that are similar to like 2006 emo music vibes. You know what I mean? And it's gonna be over really heavy like dubstep trap music. And I haven't really written any of the lyrics or anything, but I came up with a name for my band, and it's like the album and a few song titles. I was hoping to throw those out there if that's cool. I'm gonna go under the name of Oi Bruv. There's gonna be no other British affiliation to my music at all.
Just throw it out there. Okay.
First album's gonna be called "Of Course My Dad Has a Yacht" Volume 3. Oh God, this is doing great already. I can tell.
You see the look I'm giving you?
I can tell, dude. I'm bailing already because the bomb.
Yeah.
Well, give me another one because you already wrote that one in the chat.
Dude, I wrote a bunch of song names.
Let's hear another song name.
One of them was I Cry at Church, and it's not because Jesus died.
I kind of like that one. Okay.
What?
They're emo songs,
me too,
dog.
but also...
They're emo songs, dog.
Is emo still alive?
No.
My dad doesn't let me stay up past 9, featuring Skrillex.
Yes, dude. I asked Santa Claus for razor blades for Christmas.
Oh.
Oh.
Guys.
These are
I'm not a millennial, so I can't sign up for Bernie's Suicide for All plan.
Did your guys' daddies not hold you enough?
God, apparently
Do you
not.
need a hug? Fuck.
I used to use it to heat up Pop-Tarts. Now I'm going to toss it in the bathtub.
That one could use some work. I'm not a big fan of that one. It's a little too long.
That's kind of, they're supposed to get longer, I guess.
Isn't that
Bad.
Isn't that like Fallout Boys is known for that? Like the
Oh yeah, every
long.
emo
Yeah.
band had like really, really long ass fucking song titles that were like a full sentence. Damn, that was good.
Emo bands of the 90s.
You brought up. I'm fucking bailing hard.
Okay.
You brought up that there's 3 Pinocchio movies coming out this year, and I need
Really?
to know the
There's
details.
3
of this.
Pinocchio movies coming out this year.
Like separately? Like
Yeah.
Disney, Paramount,
So-
like different ones?
So Disney is doing their live action Money Grab.
Okay. Yeah.
And it's
Classic,
It's
yeah.
got like Tom Cruise and Robert Downey Jr.
Tom Cruise?
Yeah, I think he's gonna play like Geppetto or something.
Okay.
And then, so there's the live action one. Then I think Netflix is doing like an animated series directed by Guillermo del Toro,
Guillermo.
Guillermo
Guillermo
del Toro.
del Toro.
and they're gonna have
Guillermo.
like Ewan McGregor in it and stuff. And then what was it? The third one is Lionsgate made like Pinocchio the True Story, and they got Pauly
The
Shore.
true story?
Yeah.
Like where because Pinocchio was, a real life boy.
Right.
Wait,
They got
did you just say
Pauly Shore
Pauly Shore.
is voicing Pinocchio.
Cheddar,
Hey,
baby!
Save the trees, bro.
So the entire time he's
I'm not lying, dude.
His mom's like the reason most comedians are successful, which is also insanely crazy.
Sorry, his mom?
So the Comedy Store in LA, like the arguable most famous comedy club in the world, and where like Robin Williams came through, Richard Pryor came through, currently we're like
Was Pauly Shore's mom?
she's the one who owned the club and ran it.
No shit.
Mitzi Shore owned
Mitzi Shore owned
the
the
comedy
comedy club
store.
that started all the
and
major.
Pauly Shore used to hang out at the comedy club and used to go to like
No
Richard Pryor
fucking way.
shows when he was a little kid. Yeah.
Was this on the East Coast?
No, it's in LA.
Well,
No.
Robin Williams was the East Coast boy.
Yeah, but like I'm not saying that this is where they were from. It's just
just
once
where
you
they ended
became
up.
a regular there, that's
So
where.
this was the LA kind of deal.
Recently,
in the
until they
60s,
moved out,
70s?
it's to this day. Until recently, it was like getting headlined by like Joe Rogan and Tom Segura and Bill Burr and all these big guys. Yeah, that's
The
where
place to be.
the place to be. I went there on my trip to LA, and it was the most insane and surreal experience. I went to 2 shows there over 2 nights, and it was the coolest thing I've ever been to. But this comedy club, it's like I said, it's not necessarily the place where those guys grew up through, but they did a lot of serious time.
Damn.
And it's still open to this day. It barely survived through COVID. It's kind of getting back on its feet.
Yeah, so his movie is absolutely getting slammed. It's got like a 1.5 out of 10 on IMDb.
Which
What's it
movie?
called again?
Pinocchio, The True Story, and it's
It's
like,
Pauly
this is the
Shore
one with like a
Pinocchio.
Pauly Shore voice, yeah.
yeah. And
Dad, I wish I
Yep.
could go out.
that's exactly it. And it has nothing to do with the story of Pinocchio per se, because he like goes and, the synopsis is so ridiculous because he joins the circus to be a trapeze artist and discovers that the people running the circus are like in a money laundering scheme. And so now he's trying to expose them, but he's also like in love with the mafia boss's daughter. It makes absolutely no sense.
Dude,
Wild.
I'm
That's a
looking at
wild
the
story.
picture of his Pinocchio character.
It looks so weird.
Dude, I hate how much it's got the hipster look of like the
Yeah.
high cuff beanie that's cuffed. I get cuffing it to where it's like over your ears, but the people who cuff it so it like isn't
Yeah.
still like an inch above the ears, and then he's got that low cut blue. I tried him, he didn't answer.
But it's also like so I guess the animation studio is this like independent Russian animation team that has never really made a movie before, and for some reason Lionsgate just full funded them. Like,
Why?
no clue. And it came out. It's
So many movies are coming out so bad recently.
yeah, and so it's like these 3 Pinocchio movies coming out back to back to back, and it's just
So-
like
On that note, I do have a lot to say about how the movie industry has really tapped into our emotions.
oh, wait,
with-
before we get too far into that,
hold on.
while we're still on Pauly Shore,
Don't tangent us, John.
I wanted to say one more thing about Pauly Shore because I looked it up to see. It's like, okay, what has he been doing lately that allowed him to get this spot? He's not doing good, man.
Well, he just opened a comedy club in Vegas
Yes.
under the Wise Guys name, which is the same one that's here in Salt Lake. So he franchised off the club here in Salt Lake and opened one in.
Do you know what else he's doing there? Because he's not performing there.
I'm sure
He's
not.
doing open mic bar crawls in Vegas. And, like, I guess getting kind of booed off stage at a lot of them.
I'm sure his act is run stale. He has-
Probably. And it probably doesn't hold up well in, like, a Vegas town.
What do you think would hit harder, Pauly Shore's act or my emo rap bit?
Oh, that's going to be tough.
Come on.
Pauly might have you beat just because he'll probably
Fuck!
have like at least stage personality to like not have to back out of his jokes.
All right, Johnny, tell us why you cry when you watch emo movies.
I cry because of nostalgia's sake. I cry a little bit.
The mic. Will you turn the mic and point it towards your damn mouth and not be so afraid of it?
I'm scared.
I'm yelling at you a lot. I'm sorry. You know
I
what?
don't want to
Hey,
scream.
Hey, I need to.
So everyone in my family is super fucking loud. So
You
I
need to
don't
match
want them
my
to be
audio.
super fucking loud. I don't want them to fucking scream in the microphone.
I'm really sorry if I yell at you, and I need to tell you why. Usually, the other person here is our boy J Bebe, and our relationship is I kind of roast him and yell at him a lot, and I feel like I accidentally was just sending that energy to you.
Redirected, yeah.
You know, and I want to apologize to you for that. You don't deserve to be yelled at.
I appreciate that. and I accept your apology.
You're here being
I want
nice.
you to know where I come from. I come from a group of loud motherfuckers. Seriously. Straight up. My people are fucking loud. They're just super friggin'...
You know, 2 episodes ago, I talked the entire time like this because I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah.
And you can hear me breathing the entire time.
I don't want to talk into the microphone super close. My people are loud. My sister, my brother, they're the loudest people in every group. I've made this joke frequently when I was younger. It was, how do you know if a Charbonneau is not at the party? It's if you can't hear them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So if they're not screaming into the microphone, then they're probably not there. But you know,
I'm
you don't have to
I'm
hear
told.
you don't have to hear me scream into the microphone to know that I'm here. So
We do need to hear you though.
okay, I will try to talk a little bit louder.
Don't
I won't limit myself a little bit as much as I have.
Jesus.
But yeah, no, my family, I try to do things differently from my family. My brother and my sister, they're very flamboyant. They definitely like present themselves a little bit better than I do. And so because of that, I do things differently from them. And I don't want to be as loud as I possibly can be. I don't want to overexert myself over the microphone. But
Do you guys know who Razzle Khan is?
Razzle Khan?
Razzle Khan. Yo. She got caught embezzling $4.5 billion worth of Bitcoin, stolen Bitcoin.
How do you steal Bitcoin?
Okay. All right, I'm actually stoked to tell you guys the story and to show it to you. Okay, so this, in 2016, there was an early wallet that was hacked.
A wallet?
Like a Coinbase wallet, and like an app wallet to trade Bitcoin and Ethereum and whatnot on, right? Okay. And it was hacked, which I love because I truthfully really, you know me, Connor, I'm frequently shitting on Bitcoin and NFTs and shit. And they're always arguing that it's so backed up and so secure because of the blockchain. Well, apparently 180,000 Bitcoin were slowly stolen from people, which turns out to now be worth about $4.5 billion. And this couple was caught trying to steal, don't be scared, dude.
Sorry.
They were trying to like launder it, and apparently they were trying to get like $500 Walmart gift cards to sell them to launder. Yes. Now the crazy thing is the bitch who did it was this TikTok rapper, and the worst part is her rap music. She's in jail. She can't copyright us for playing her music, right?
I don't know.
Nah, retroactive, she can. Yeah.
Like, she ever gets out of, like, her estate.
Yeah, exactly. Her estate could sue you.
Could I get the 6 seconds?
You can quote her, but you can't play her shit.
Here's the issue is she raps almost like, dude, you had to hear it because she's not on beat. And she's dude.
Was it like Red Dress Girl?
Bro. What are they gonna claim us for the $0?
They might sue you. Disney might show up out of nowhere and just be like, hey.
Hey, you were talking about Pinocchio.
She's been deleted off of YouTube and every platform. So, like, I'm playing people who are playing her music, so I can use it as fair use of me, fair using somebody else's.
Yeah. You didn't play her video, you played someone else's
video. Yes, this is from, for sure. Okay. And you guys also.
Who is this girl? Why is she important?
Because she laundered $3.5 billion worth of Bitcoin.
Billion as in million? Billion?
B.
The B?
And the Department of Justice seized all of it. It's the largest money seizure by the U.S. government ever.
So does this have anything to do with that Netflix documentary?
No, not that.
No. the chick. Yeah, Tinder swindler was a dude. No, I'm talking about the chick, Anna Sokovia or whatever. Have you heard about that one?
Just listen. Okay. Do you like how she's not on the beat at all, ever? This bitch laundered $4 billion worth of Bitcoin.
Well, she was good at that.
Do you think? Okay, I have a theory. This is the whole reason I brought it up, because I have a theory. I think her whole rapper persona, because a lot of people are like, how does this bitch that's this crazy and this dumb steal that much money? And I think she's so smart that, like, with some of this money, she was creating a personality that made it almost so she thought she was on the down low because...
So that begs the question. If you're some, illegitimate, dumb, quote-unquote, chick, or dumb person, quote-unquote, how are you defrauding multi-million-dollar, like, bankers? Bankers that... they handle accounts.
It's not bankers. She didn't steal. It's not the bankers, and they didn't steal the Bitcoin. And they were given the stolen Bitcoin and paid to launder it, essentially.
Anna Delvey?
You trying to find her real name?
Anna Delvey?
I don't know.
I just texted
Razzle
my
Khan.
girlfriend about it just now. It's Anna,
Razzle Khan is her rap name.
Anna Delvey. Have you watched the whole series about it? There's a whole like Netflix series about it where like.
Dude, this is two different things.
No, we're talking about the same.
No, it's not.
Yes, we are.
No, it's not.
It's a girl who defrauded the whole system. Right? That's the basis of it.
Dude, you're conflating a whole different story. That's not even at all what I was just talking about. Not one bit. Not one bit. I'm sorry. Fake German heiress that paid us.
Yes.
That's not who I'm talking about one bit. This bitch. Okay, so that bitch did stolen some millions. I'm talking this crazy bitch that I just showed you this music video that you didn't watch was laundered billions of dollars in Bitcoin. Billions with a B. That the government now owns. $4.5 billion in Bitcoin.
I'm sorry. I thought that was the same.
No, it's a different chick. And she's Razzle Khan. Let me look up her real name.
Razzle Khan is a
That's her rap name. That's what she's known as.
It says right here, Forbes plans to have a show and documentary about her. But I still can't. Yeah, I can't.
Heather Morgan.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't find her on here.
Sorry, there was a different.
Oh, because they deleted her on every
There was
platform.
a different documentary.
Because she just is now in jail for 20 years plus for stealing all this money. She's been deplatformed everywhere. And that's why the only way you can find her music is on people who have like previously downloaded it and they make like commentary videos.
There was a different documentary that came out recently that was about the same kind of girl, but different story.
Yeah. But the reason I bring this up is because I frequently shit on Bitcoin and NFTs and fuck Gary Vee, and this like now makes like confirms that one of the largest holders of Bitcoin is the U.S. government from all these people that they keep seizing Bitcoin through crimes from. You know what I mean? So they just own like, but they got $100 million worth of Bitcoin from like Pirate Bay. And now they just got 4.5 billion.
That's the irony there, is that the money that we spend via our taxes gets used in ways that we would not totally approve with. So
I never knew that.
I mean, would you be okay with the fact that like your, $20 or $100 or $1,000 worth of taxes was used to pay this person that you're talking about right now? Do you want to pay this person? Do you want to pay anyone?
Do I want to argue about taxes right now?
I'm okay with my taxes going to like America, like infrastructure, veterans, like homeless, drug addicts, homeless people, my roads or whatever. But do you want your taxes going to this person that we're talking about here, this chick? That's basically what it went to.
We need to funnel all the taxes into my Suicide for All program.
Everyone
working. What's up, dude?
Dude, we had no laughs this episode, so I'm just gonna pipe some in for the last 5 minutes. Are you guys
Please do.
cool with that? Does that
Please
work?
do.
It's got serious, damn. Connor, we gentrifying this area?
Yeah, I'll give the synopsis real quick. So you know the liquor store that's right over here? Off like
Sugar House?
yeah, in 1100.
Yeah.
So
That's the wrong point to.
I don't know if you've been over there recently, but there's like a large parking lot that was next to it, and they completely fenced it off. And they tore down like that 24-hour fitness that was there. And
Yeah, I had a membership to that 24-hour, and I ended up paying a.
What a high-class person.
I bought a Thanks, fucker. I bought a 2-year membership, and they closed it down in 1 year, so I ended up paying twice the amount of money.
They didn't refund you?
No. Well, it was a class action lawsuit, and I chose not to be part of it because fuck that.
I guess could you at least like move your membership to another?
Tilly, stop with the side effects, please.
I guess could you technically have used your membership at another 24-hour fitness though?
Theoretically, yes.
So that's probably why it was.
I chose to quit. I just like,
Yeah.
but like, yes, I paid 1 year membership for 2 years of.
Let's get back to what we were talking about.
So they plan to move the liquor store into where that parking lot is, and then the parking, like the area where the liquor store currently is, I guess they're going to remove so it doesn't exist anymore. Just fill it in with something, probably another apartment. So now there's going to be no parking there for any of those businesses, and then they want to get rid of street parking and make it all bike lanes. And like, yeah, just go through this whole like obscure section that no biker is gonna use, and basically
To go where?
It's a side street.
That exit by the liquor store just dead ends.
exactly.
Well,
it, like,
the biker lane from Sugar House Park does not connect to that.
No,
So like,
there's like
it's
no
kind of a
view.
waste. Even as far as biker lanes go, that's a fucking bullshit biker lane.
Yeah, so they had a town hall meeting,
Fuck bike.
and one of the guys that was like proposing this whole thing basically said, well, this is something really nice that they do in New York City, and we want to do, what they're doing over there. And like some guy just stirred up. Yeah, some guy's up is like, this isn't fucking New York City.
Fuck yeah,
It
dude.
was just like, no shit. It's a side alley where the liquor store is, and now there's no parking for the liquor store or any of the businesses that share that street with the liquor store.
Whack.
Yeah. Because now it's like, there's that Belgian restaurant there, and the...
Bruges has been there for years.
Right, where are their customers going to park if there's no street parking? You're going to either make people all park in that Patagonia parking lot, which they've already been getting pissy about people doing that since that parking lot's been taken, or they have to now park at the park, which now you're going to have like no night traffic because no one wants to walk near that park at night. So,
I vote. I was gonna go somewhere. Then.
You're voting.
It was bad. It was bad.
You're gonna say something that's gonna get you.
No, I just was gonna make some dumb joke about like trying to make an overhead parking or something. I don't know. It was bad. It was bad. I tried to bail.
so here's the thing. Before all this, they were actually going to put a parking garage there.
Where?
Where the lot that's currently chained off is, their plan was to just make a high-rise parking garage.
Which they should.
Yeah, but now it's just thinking about it. And here's the best part, because of that stupid gender marrying bullshit, I think
Gendermarrying?
Jerry, you don't get a say in it.
Gendermarrying?
So the whole.
So we can't say shit?
You can't say shit.
Why?
Because you're not in
The Sugar House. Fuck 'em.
Yeah, you're in Salt Lake City. But you know who does get a say in it? Fucking Park City. For whatever fucking reason.
Why?
Because that's how the new map has it lined up. Sugar House is now part of Park City, evidently.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Wait, really?
Supposedly, yeah.
The whole gerrymandering?
If the new gerrymandering map went through, Sugar House is now part of Park City, and downtown Salt Lake is now part of St. George.
Impossible. How?
Because some fuckers decided they wanted to basically try and
How
split.
can you draw a map that goes down the canyon?
I know, right?
To Sugar House and Holiday from Park City. You're saying Park City, gerrymandering laws go down canyon?
I guess it just
to where
takes
we
the
are
argument.
now.
No, it doesn't get to here.
It just goes to east side.
It goes to 1100 and stops.
My mom lives right at the mouth of Harlow's Canyon.
Yeah,
And I'm curious, could she potentially be a Park City?
I think so.
No.
You know what? You are Connor. Hold on, Connor is half right and half wrong.
Okay.
Someone Google this for us.
I am, dude. I am. Chill. I'm about to show you maps, dude. That's what I do
Because
here on the
supposedly,
G.
what the
No, it's they're changing the counties.
that's it, the counties.
So Summit County is going to include. Hold on. Let me finish. Summit County is going to include Foothill, Sugar House, and Mill Creek, pretty much.
Wild.
And that will be Summit County as opposed to Salt Lake.
I actually used to work for Summit County last year. I worked for the Summit County Fire Department, and the fact that it doesn't blow me away that their resources could extend to that point. They definitely have the money to extend down to Sugar House and Holiday, all that area. But why?
Right.
You know how much money it would cost?
Do you want to know why? Do you want to know why? Do you want to know why?
Right.
Do you want to know
Opposed
why?
to the fucking
You know why? You know why? Let's be honest.
Because they have more money to spend.
No, because that's where the rich people live. Rich people live in this area in Park City and the northern areas of Salt Lake and on the east side. Because what that does is that cuts Salt Lake into essentially the West Valley and Rose Park and the other areas that aren't as affluent as the rich Salt Lake parts. So they're absorbing the rich Salt Lake parts. That's why it's gerrymandering.
So Mill Creek becomes the West Valley of Park City.
But check on there too, because I think it was South Salt Lake now shares with St. George or some shit like that too.
It stretches into some weird areas.
And the whole plan is basically to take the big blue circle that is Salt Lake City on voting and turn it into this plus sign.
So here's the map. I mean, let me see this thing anymore. This is the part that now reaches into Salt Lake. So really, it cuts
100%.
It cuts the rich part out of Salt Lake, puts it into Park City, overpowers that one, makes this district that's crazily poor that will be undervoted, truthfully.
Yeah.
Well,
not only that,
will
because-
phase that whole area out.
Because you're going to have a bunch of
And
poor
that
people
reaches
in Salt Lake City that now have to fight with, rich farmers in St. George for votes.
It doesn't go clear down to St. George. Section 2 does.
Section 2 goes to St.
But that also reaches, it's weird because that reaches up into northern Salt Lake and
Yeah.
also.
Yeah, we're going to wrap up here anyway.
We're at our time, actually.
Yeah, we're at an hour 3, so we'll wrap up.
Yeah, we're actually going to wrap up. That's our
Check
hour
your
time.
maps. They're fucking with you if you're in
Let me
Salt
say bye on your mic real quick before you. Johnny's got to urinate.
This whole discussion we've just had about gerrymandering and division of counties and all that. It's actually way more important than it seems. To us, lowly middle class people, doesn't mean much, but realistically, it actually does mean a lot. Especially the rich people think about it in a version of taxes. To them, it means we're gonna have to pay more or less to get these services out of this. But to us middle class to lower class people, it means a lot in the version of or in the sense of it means it means that we're gonna have to give up some of our rights, some of our land, some of our money. Like it means a lot more. 1% to us means a lot more than 1% to a billionaire.
And after this rant and serious podcast we have had, I'm going to send us out by saying to everyone out there, fuck you, Mom. Peace out.